Welcome everybody to Tex-Mex Nerd Feed. I'm Mex. This might look a little different than our normal videos, so as I explained in the second video, Tex and we recorded a video about potential Batman actors and our opinions on them. Well, it turned out to be 56 minutes long, so we decided to break it up into a three-part series. So this is going to be part 3, the last part. This category is about actors that we have only ever seen grace a couple news articles every now and again. Maybe didn't grace them at all, but we thought that they would be a good fit for one reason or another. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit that notification bell, like the video, and share it with your friends if you think they would enjoy it as well.
This is all you.
So, we are into the third category, which are our personal picks, which we call it the underdog category, because these are, we might have seen one thing about it and like nothing else. Yeah. So, or they're just ideas that we came up that like people are overlooking this actor who could potentially be good. Mm-hmm. So the one I saw, my girlfriend pointed it out. She randomly turned her phone at me like this, confused, and showed a picture of John Krasinski and said, "Could he be the next Batman?" And I was like, "Well, that's kind of weird. Jim is Batman." And then I started thinking about it. I recently watched the Jack Ryan show, and he could definitely do more than just Jim. I had not watched 13 Hours in its entirety. I watched clips, and A Quiet Place I haven't seen. It's not really my cup of tea, but it's a serious role.
Anything for
no, but it's a serious role. It's not Jim Halpert.
No, but he doesn't speak either.
That's true, but then we hear his voice in other things. So
if we're going for
but think about it,
DCU, we could have a deaf Batman as well that signs to his villains.
He's 40 years old, 39 years old, something like that. His height, he's 6'2". His weight,
he's 6'3", actually.
Is it 6'3"? Oh yeah, 6'3". Sorry. His weight, 203 pounds. Eye color hazel, and his hair is dark brown. Look at that picture and tell me you can't see. I mean, like I said, he's 39 years old. Look at that picture and tell me you can't see him as a 25-year-old Batman. Because like I said, a lot of these actors are older, but look a lot younger.
I don't think he fits as a rich guy. He looks like middle class to me, like Jim.
You just can't unsee Jim.
No. That's just where he glides through. He's like middle class or farmer.
I think that he would be able to pull off the rich vibe. To me, he just looks like he could be a younger Bruce Wayne. So
I'm not in agreement on this one.
Yeah, so Bruce Wayne, I say yes.
I'm out on that.
Okay, Batman.
Potentially.
The slimmer Batsuit version, not the bulky Batfleck, which, I mean, that's like my favorite version, but if we're going with a younger one, I'm okay with the slimmer. So, to me, Bruce Wayne, yes. Batman, yes.
Bruce, no. Batman, potential. Actually.
Alright, this one I'm not on board with, so this one's all you. I'll sit back and relax.
I got Keanu Reeves here, which I think, I mean, he's showing his age a little bit now, even though he looks immortal. For the skinnier, younger Batman, I think he fits. He is the thin, quick fighter. John Wick or Neo, whichever. Physicality, he is 6'1¼ It's important. And he has a weight of 185 pounds.
I mean, think about it. If it's 6'1", then he's 1 foot or 1 inch away from being Bruce Wayne's height.
True.
If he's 6'1¼ he's only 3/4 away.
He has hazel eyes and black hair. For Bruce Wayne, I don't know if he could do... I mean, I think he could do rich guy, but I don't think he'd be cocky or arrogant. I think he'd be leave me alone.
He's too nice of a guy to be cocky and arrogant. I mean, Keanu Reeves is a great guy. So,
just be leave me alone.
Yeah.
No more questions.
But he's also a great actor.
Yeah.
Great. So he could definitely pull it off, I think. A side note, for all of these pictures I found, I tried to find the best pictures that could possibly portray Bruce Wayne.
That works.
And it was hard to find one for him, but...
I think for Batman, he would work out fine.
I think for Batman, it would be okay. For Bruce Wayne, I wouldn't see anybody other than Falco from the Replacements. But that's just my movie. I probably watch it 30 times a year.
All right.
So, yeah, here I am, a comic book nerd, talking about comic book movies and comic books. My favorite movie is a football movie. But, yeah, to me, it's a... So, as Bruce Wayne, no.
Maybe.
As Batman,
yeah.
Maybe.
Next up.
All right. So this is one that I saw before Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, or he was just rumored at some point, something like that. But somebody mentioned Channing Tatum as
It's an odd picture you found of him there. He looks a lot like a thumb.
I think it's unfortunate because I think he looks like a thumb no matter what. He's got a very rounded face.
Yeah, and this picture here just matches up with his neck clear down. There's a lot of symmetry right there.
So he look like that that neck meme guy.
Like, it doesn't even look real. It looks like someone put a hot dog in a suit and photoshopped his face and ears onto it.
Oh man.
Anyway, he's 6'1", 196 pounds. He's got green eyes and light brown hair. Which doesn't look that light brown. That's
I found, like I said, I was trying to find pictures where they could more closely resemble a Bruce Wayne-esque person. So with this one, his hair is darker and he's in a suit. That's about as close as I could get. I don't think I could see him as Bruce Wayne unless he acted the right way.
I think he could fit the personality and the fighting and everything else, but I don't think he has the structure, the facial structure to be
for the Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. So to me, I think that's another thing. Like I said, you should probably
maybe if he had like the Michael Keaton mask where he couldn't move his neck, it would work out for him. Because I don't know if he can move his neck currently.
So for me, like I said, I usually try to cover up the nose and eyes to see what they would look like. I don't think the mask would fit him right.
No.
Looking at him outside of a suit, he doesn't look like the comic book version of Bruce Wayne. If he got the personality of Bruce Wayne right, like on point, I think it would be
work out then, yeah.
The problem is it's hard to find actors who have been chosen by God himself to play this role.
Right, like John Hamm.
Like John Hamm, like Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth,
Stone Cold Steve
Austin, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. So there are certain actors who have that Chris Evans, whatever, Ryan Reynolds gift, Robert Downey Jr. To play those roles.
Hugh Jackman.
And Hugh Jackman, exactly. And it's hard to find those for Bruce Wayne.
While we're talking about all this fits and doesn't fit for comic books, Hugh Jackman is not comic book Wolverine at all.
All right, so Wolverine is supposed to be essentially me.
Short, stocky.
Except
he's full of hair.
Yeah, short, stout, full of hair. So he's supposed to be short, stout, full of hair, and on the Canadian side of the border. Yeah. I'm short, stout, barely any hair, and on the Mexican side of the border. But yeah, that's exactly it. Hugh Jackman does not fit the role physically at all.
No.
But he was absolutely phenomenal in it.
So, all of these could be
potential
fits.
Yeah. But to me, I'm more of a DC fanboy than I am a Marvel fanboy.
Right.
So Marvel, you could do whatever the heck you want. I don't really care. DC, don't mess with my.
Next up, we have Scott Adkins.
Okay, so Scott Adkins, have you seen anything with him in it?
I don't recognize him at all.
Okay.
But he does look like Bruce.
Okay, so I don't know if... Oh, I know how I thought of this. There was randomly a video popped up on my YouTube. It was a suggestion of Scott Adkins' audition tape for Bruce Wayne, for Batman.
Okay.
And I haven't seen anybody suggest him at all. It's just randomly popped up. Scott Adkins' audition for Batman. And he did a line from Dark Knight Rises. Now, I would say if you're trying to come up with source material for an audition, probably wouldn't pick one of the worst Batman movies to surface. You probably pick an animated Batman film. But that's just
not
me.
Put that as one of the worst. There's definitely 3 or 4 below that.
Which would make it one of the worst. But so I love him because I watched the Undisputed movies. I didn't watch all of them, but I watched some of them.
Okay.
His fighting is absolutely phenomenal. He could definitely take
look like a fighter.
Yeah, he could definitely take
his chest
that
takes up
part.
2/3 of his body.
So he's got the black hair. He's got dark brown eyes, but to look at his jawline and his face,
it fits,
he could definitely fit the cowl. There's another picture that I found of him in a suit where he's like smiling. I think he would be able to capture the Bruce Wayne look.
Okay.
And the one problem I see is his height. He's 5'10". He's a little guy.
Shorter.
Yep, he's a little guy. Weight 176 pounds. So he's as heavy as some of the 6'5" people that we've had on this list. So he is physically built. He is huge. He's jacked. And so I think that I forget who the shortest Batman was. Might have been Keaton, but I'm not sure.
I think Kilmer might have been shorter.
Maybe that's what it was. But you can have short Batman. So if you were going to go that route, and if you want to get somebody who's younger, I mean, he's not younger. He looks younger. I think he would be an awesome Batman as year one Batman.
Yeah, that'd work out fantastically.
So I stumbled across this one. I think it was around the same time I stumbled across the Channing Tatum one. It was before Batfleck was a thing. And somebody mentioned Matt Bomer.
Looks like Bomer to me.
Yeah, might be Bomer. So, to me, what I have here for notable roles is, well, I've never seen him in anything, but he looks like he could portray a young Bruce.
Fair enough.
So, with the picture that I have on screen, you could probably really see how he could portray a young Bruce.
Yeah. I
could definitely see that. Now, physically, he's 5'11" and 3/4. His weight is, what is that? 176. So he's
just as heavy as anyone, 2 inches more than him.
Yeah, I would say he's probably about the same as. He's closer to Scott Adkins. Yeah. Eye color blue, and hair color dark brown. It could definitely pass as black.
Yeah.
Like again, he's another shorter one. Look at me talking. I'm 5'2", and I'm talking about him being shorter. But another problem that we run into is that he is currently playing Larry. What is it? Negative Man in Doom Patrol.
Oh.
So he already has a DC role,
which wouldn't work out.
But he's covered in. He looks like Hush. He's covered in wraps. So nobody needs to know.
Yeah.
But to me, I think for Bruce Wayne,
yeah, and Batman could definitely fit.
Yeah. So, Batman, I think so as well. All right, so that should be the last of those. So, of those first 5, who would you say is your favorite?
John Hamm.
John Hamm.
I have to go with that.
John Hamm is my favorite out of the first 5.
Yeah.
Out of the questionable category.
Out of the questionable category, if they're gonna have to change something, I would go with Idris.
I completely agree. If they, out of all of the questionable ones, I think that he would be able to portray the personality of Bruce Wayne perfectly. Yeah. And I in a notable role, I put The Office when he was taking over
Oh, okay.
Michael's spot. He could be scary.
Yeah.
So,
Look up scenes from Luther.
Luther.
It's
Okay.
a show on BBC that he plays a detective.
Okay. So I think he would definitely be able to capture that, but I think he would be great in so many other roles.
Right.
I'm not saying don't
Right.
bring him over to DC. I'm saying I love him, so bring him, but make sure you find the right role for him.
Fitting.
Yeah.
Jon Stewart.
Yeah. So now of the list.
The last, I'm gonna have to go with Scott Adkins.
That's
He
what I'm
looked
gonna
like
go
he fit it the best.
So we both agree on all three of those.
But there's only one person that really deserves the role.
So out of those three from each category, rank them in your opinion. We can start with least to most.
Least to most?
Yeah.
I go with Idris for number 3. Scott Adkins for number 2. John Hamm as number 1. Above all, Stone Cold Steve Austin. On a serious note, though, John Hamm for sure.
All right, my list would go. What is his name? Idris.
I said Idris. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Idris, Scott, John Hamm.
Same thing.
Yep. So you have it, DC. We just casted John Hamm for you. So to me, one of the biggest problems is that John Hamm is a lot older than what they're casting.
Right.
But yet, he's a fan favorite. He really is. Unless you're talking to Screen Rant, and then it's just everybody except the people who actually look like Bruce Wayne. So, John Hamm to me is the number one. He should be Batman. You should cast him before he's 90 years old and can't do it. So, if you're trying to go with somebody younger who looks younger, I would go with Scott.
Right.
So
It would fit the younger role.
I would say if you really, really want to do something to appease fans but still get your young role, do a Year One-esque film with an actor but still continue with later movies. Like make it kind of like the standalone Joker movie.
Yeah.
Except don't base it in reality. There's no reason that needs to happen. Christopher Nolan already did it and it sucked. So...
Absolutely.
Is there anything else? I think that should be it.
That should be all.
All right, well, that's it for us. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to your friends if you enjoyed it and you think they would enjoy it.
That's right. Otherwise, thanks for watching.
Tally-ho.